Hey everybody, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host Ron Fitch, and this is the pre-game report. We're 2 hours before the main event, Baylor versus Gonzaga. A lot of people picked these two teams. These are the best two teams in the country, other than Illinois, which came up very short in the early rounds. These were the two best teams, and they're playing each other. How did they get here? Final Four. Baylor even though Houston got 15 offensive rebounds, Baylor did a good job of not letting that be a big factor, rebounding and scoring. Jared Butler had 17. Davion Mitchell had 12, had three-point shots. Maceo Teague chipped in with 11, and Michael Mayer off the bench was an X factor. He's going to be big in this game against Gonzaga. Had 12 points. He does a little of everything. He could drive. He could score it. He's long. They play really good defense. They got after Houston. It was an easy game. 78-59. I went and got me some pizza before half and just mentally got ready for UCLA Gonzaga, which I had a hunch would be close. I did not know it would be this close. This was a war. Gonzaga battled back and forth with UCLA. There was a point when they got up 7 late, maybe about 3 or 4 minutes left. Got him. Gonzaga's going to run. They're going to get a little bigger lead. IE took a couple of bad shots, missed a chippy, and UCLA came down. Jusang hit a 3, and they were down 4, and they're right where they wanted them, and they were able to close the gap, and then they ended up tying the game late. I'm going to talk about Jusang after I go over the rest of what happened in overtime. It was terrific. Timmy had 25 points. 4 rebounds. Ajay did have a good game. And Andrew Nembhard had a sneaky good game for 11 points and 8 rebounds. And he had a big shot in overtime to put him up 5. They got him. They're 5 in overtime. UCLA's done. Jaquez hits a 3, who didn't have a good game. He hits a big 3. And then Jusang, who had 29 points and 6 rebounds, drives in the lane, gets his own rebound. Now, Kispert would have been the GOAT because he misses a 3. He drives in the lane, fumbles the ball when they could have had a bigger lead. He misses a 3 that could have put him up 5 and pretty much ended the game. Then Jusang comes out, drives on him, misses the shot. He doesn't box out, and he scores. Jusang scores. But then, of course, you have Jalen Suggs hitting a bank shot. I tell you, when he let that ball go, I said, this guy's going to make this shot. It just shot it with such confidence. It banked that, and they ended up winning. That was the only way they were going to beat. You were going to drive a stake through UCLA's heart. And I thought I was watching Cincinnati all over again. I'm a Georgetown fan, and I hated when the Hoyas had to go to Cincinnati to play a Nick Cronin team when he was in the Big East. Hated playing Cincinnati because you had to battle on the boards. They were coming after you defensively. They got in you. They came out. They never quit. They came, coming. And that's what UCLA did. And Gonzaga wins, and they're going to end up playing Baylor. I'm going to tell you something about UCLA. Number one, if you need a 2 guard, you better go get Jonathan Jusang. I don't care what pick you have. He could drive. He's great in the post. He's tough. He's a gamer. He could shoot the 3. He's got that it factor. He's going to get a little wider and stronger, and he will be as good as anybody in that draft, other than Cunningham. Cunningham's a surefire pick, and Barnes could be really great. But Jusang is sneaky good. I mean, if I'm 10 through 20 and he's there, I don't care what I need. I'm grabbing him. And UCLA going forward, I feel bad for Arizona and Washington, who were always the top dogs in the Pac-12. Now UCLA, because of that, I've been out by Pasadena. It's beautiful. Mick Cronin's going to get more recruits. There are recruits that look at Arizona and Washington and UCLA. They're going to pick UCLA because this Final Four run now. There's an awareness. Now you're like, oh, the program is back. And now you're going to see the star guys who usually go to Arizona and Washington and maybe even USC and California, and they're going to end up picking UCLA. UCLA's they're ready to make some runs every year. They're ready to be the Kentucky and the Duke and Carolina like they used to be. Now, the game tonight. Everything I see logically tells me Baylor is going to win because Baylor is more athletic. Baylor could get after Gonzaga like nobody all year long. The way they could defend. I'm going my heart. My heart says Mark Few is going to get this championship, and somehow Gonzaga's going to win. Somehow, some way. Timmy could score side because Baylor's not as big, and Suggs is going to make some plays, and maybe Kispert catches fire. And this is the day he catches fire. He's about 4 or 5 threes, and somehow, some way, they survive. It'll be tough. Baylor could definitely beat Gonzaga. Baylor has the style. Baylor has all the intangibles to beat Gonzaga. I just think somehow, some way, Gonzaga is going to cut down the nets.